Hello, my name is Tanner Collins. I am a state finalist for beef production entrepreneurship. I currently own 9 head of cattle, including 8 heifers and a cleanup bull. And I'm a fourth generation Hereford cattle farmer. A day on the job consists of feeding the cattle, fixing fence, vaccinating my herd, AIing, and helping with calving. A day in the life consists of coming out here, feeding the calves their grain, making sure they're all getting nice and fat for either auction or for buyers coming and buying for show. Next, we check the herd, make sure all cows look good, none of them are sick, none of them acting funny. Next step is feeding them. Each cow gets 2% of their body weight in roughage, as well as a 35% protein supplement, and plenty of fresh water and salt blocks at all times. When AIing a first calf heifer, it's very important to pick a bull that's going to be low birth weight, so it's easier on the cow and also on the calf. I pick my bulls using a semen tank, and I store it throughout the year, and I wait for the heat cycle of my cows to determine when I breed my cattle. This is my first ever show heifer. I started her out as a grade heifer when I was 11 years old, and she's been producing good calves for me, and she's been a good cow all around. Biosecurity measures I use to keep my herd healthy are making sure every cow is vaccinated properly, as well as every heifer on my ranch. Every year we have a vet come and do the brucellosis vaccination, which is this blue tag in their ear. Every cow gets one, every cow must have one. One way to see if a cow needs to be dewormed is dry spots, keeping my show calves away from the rest of my cows when they come back from shows for at least 2 weeks. This way I can tell there's no diseases they brought home to the rest of my herd, and making sure they're kept clean and healthy. Here is fluid phlegm. It's used to treat ringworm. This is for respiratory infections. Ultravac 8 is right before the breeding season. We give this to all our cows. When feeding, it's very important to check your herd. One way I can tell a cow or calf is not doing well, if they don't come in to eat. Another form of biosecurity on my ranch is every so often, about every year or two, we go through and we clean up all the manure, all the loose hay, and we stack it on big piles like the one behind me. This provides a good place for them to lay down, and it keeps the pen nice and clean. I got started when I was 9 years old showing show hogs, which funded my future projects, my market heifers, my market steers, which then led into my breeding project. I sustain my project by using money from past shows, as well as selling some show calves from my show heifers, as well as using a cleanup bull to use to breed to my heifers that don't take, as well as dryland farming some hay to cut down on the cost of feed every year. My greatest accomplishment with my project is expanding my herd. Over the years I started with 2 grade heifers and it turned into 4, and over the years I started getting the registered beef cattle, and over the years I've also been able to sell some of my calves to big name show jocks and cattle farmers, which has got my cattle company out there and my name out there and a good name for my cattle. This is one of my steers we sold. We're making sure he's ready to go for the show, making sure his feet are right, making sure he has the right fill, making sure he has enough hay and water and ready for the show. I do help out with the exhibitors sometimes. Sometimes I know how the calves are going to act just based on their bloodline. I can give them some tips on what they need to do to fix certain things as far as feeding, what I did with their mother before them. Selling my cow to exhibitors is very exciting for me. I like being able to see how they do at shows. I like getting feedback. I like answering questions about my bloodline. I also just enjoy them going to shows and doing well.